So you don't need much, but here's a list if you're preparing for your first class. So number one, first of all, you need a shower before class and wear clean clothes. You will sweat more than you've ever sweat before. There's just sweat everywhere and you'll be touching people and everything is wet all the time. Like I wear a sauna suit when I run and I sweat that much when I do any kind of combat sports. So maybe take a towel with you to class or an extra shirt. You know, keep your feet extra clean, especially if you're doing Muay Thai or kickboxing. Get you some slippers or flip-flops for class. That way you're not trying to go to the bathroom without shoes. If you're doing any kind of kicking sports, make sure to wash your feet at least as soon as you get home. But a shower, of course, would be best. So hygiene, definitely number one. Number two, get you some glove-style wrist wraps. They're cheap and easy to put on. If you're a beginner, you don't really need any wraps and you don't need to waste time with them yet anyways. Later, if you end up competing, especially in boxing, your coach will take care of wrapping your hands with tape and gauze, and it's pretty regulated. So for now, just grab you a pair of these for less than $20 on Amazon. You can also get you some sports tape if you have wrist problems. I usually tape up people's wrists a little extra if they're in fight camp. But as a beginner, you just need these little wrist strap gloves and you'll be fine. You shouldn't be hitting hard anyways. All right, so number three, gloves, maybe. Gloves are expensive and I always recommend people use my loaner gloves before going to spend $100, $200, or $300 on some decent gloves. But your gym might be different. If they don't have any gloves for people's first class and you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on pretty decent gloves, then I suggest going with the RDX brand on Amazon. They are the best gloves you can buy for $25. Their quality is super impressive and will last you a long time. Now, if you do want to spend a couple $100s on some nice and fancy gloves, I always recommend the Hayabusa gloves. I'm sure people are tired of me talking about them, but they are the best quality and they have the best wrist support built in. So in case you're like me and you've broken your wrists multiple times, as far as sizes, for boxing, kickboxing, and Muay Thai, most males over the age of 14 will use like 16-ounce gloves for everything. Females maybe 14 ounces, but let me know if you have any questions on that. If you're doing kickboxing or Muay Thai, you might want some shin guards too. And hopefully your gym has loaner shin guards for new people, because like gloves are gonna be very expensive. These little cloth shin guards are great for kids. I don't really recommend these for adults, but you know, if they're careful, they could work. So you could find some decent cheap shin guards on Amazon for about $40. But my favorite are gonna be the Venom Evo shin guards if you're wanting to spend like $120 or something. Number four, you need to bring water. Not a 16-ounce water bottle, that's not enough. It's never enough. People show up all the time with just a water bottle and they end up needing 3 or 4 more. So get you a 32 to 40-ounce water jug, and that might be enough water for class. I usually take about 46 ounces of water and it never lasts the whole class. And I'm usually just running around teaching and coaching, but I also do the strength and conditioning workouts with the class, so you need a lot of water. Number five, you'll need a mouth guard eventually, but maybe not for your first class, but it's probably better to have it just in case. Just grab you like a Venom mouth guard from Amazon. It really doesn't matter what style it is. If you can get the one with the little hole in the front, those are good, but you're looking at no more than $10 to $15. And honestly, if you're using a mouth guard on your first day, that's kind of a red flag. Unless they just want you to wear it during drills, then okay, that's cool. And you don't need fancy shoes, not yet. Maybe later you can look into fancy boxing shoes, but for now, just wear whatever shoes you use to work out in. Now later, you may need an athletic cup if you're competing, but not really at first. And later, you might want some headgear if you're competing, but wait until you know what you're competing in, because different sports and different promoters have different requirements. And that's pretty much it. You don't need much for your first class. Just be clean, get you some wrist wrap gloves, maybe some gloves, maybe some shin guards, and a lot of water, and maybe a mouth guard. Now, last thing, you need to be mentally prepared. You need to be ready to work hard, be coached, and have a lot of fun. And I hope whatever gym you find treats you right and well. And if you have any questions, or if you want me to cover any other topics, just let me know.